Okay, so what is prime reality, the really real?
Really real to me is what you can observe, what you can touch, sense, just hear, smell.
Okay. So you don't believe that there was a, let me think about how to phrase that. You don't think that there was an originator of the universe?
Not in terms of a deity, maybe
Okay.
in terms of an event, but not entirely sure it's hard to say.
Okay. Okay. What is the nature of external reality, the world around us?
Well, what I believe is that the Earth was formed from protoplanetary materials left over from our sun's formation, and having been created this way, it developed processes that are autonomous to us, but we can certainly influence the world around us.
Okay. So do you think that there is an order to the universe? Like, do you think that there is an order to external reality?
There are definitely cycles, but the universe is quite a place.
Okay. So, what would you say a human being is? What are the standards by which you would define a human being?
Well, I would define a human being as the most reasonable creature on the planet.
So, possessing reason? Like, what?
Reason and
Okay.
social skills and natural curiosity and wanting to find a sense of purpose.
Okay. So kind of under that question is, do you think that human beings have souls? These two questions are kind of tied together. The what is a human being and what happens to a person at death. So do you think that human beings are possessors of souls? Like, do you think that we have something that goes beyond our life?
No, that is hard to say. Truly it is. I'm not sure anyone can truly comprehend what actually happens after death until you've come face to face with it.
Okay. So do you think that maybe just after, what do you tend to think happens? Do you think that there is going to be some sort of, if you don't think that there's necessarily a God, do you think that people's lives just end? Or do you think that maybe it is something that is kind of like your soul joins the larger, energy of the universe? Or do you think that perhaps it's just kind of you become something else in another life? Or
Well, the matter that makes up your body will always be in the universe. But what I tend to think is once a person dies, consciousness ceases, at the very least as we know it.
okay. Okay. So how do you know what is right and what is wrong? How do we as humans know what is right and wrong?
Well, most people tend to be naturally empathetic. We know that there are experiences that would bring us great discomfort, or we wouldn't want something to happen to our loved ones, so we won't inflict that kind of pain or discomfort on another person.
Okay. So you think that there is some sort of moral compass?
At least if one is brought up to feel that way, yes, I believe so.
Okay. Why do you think that we have that that moral compass? Why do you think as humans we have that? Just part of the order of the universe, or that maybe it was modeled?
I would say neither, I would say, almost by chance. That's just how we interact socially. That's
Okay.
just how we've developed.
So you kind of almost like an evolutionary, like you think that we have morals
Almost.
because the evolutionary processes have kind of just, chiseled that into something that can function.
Society has shaped a lot of how we feel and how we perceive our own actions.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't just go for recent years. It's happened ever since civilization became a thing. But I know personally I wouldn't want to feel alone or insulted, so I would try my best to be there for those around me.
Mm-hmm.
It all just comes down to experience, I guess.
That's interesting. I think that empathy is something that is empathy is heavily tied with morality,
Yeah.
and so I think that that's an interesting point. But where do we get our morality? I guess is the real question that I don't know. It's kind of hard to answer.
The morals do tend to differ from person to person, even if not vastly.
So,
I'd say more has to do with how you're raised, how you've been brought up, values
okay, so
that
experience.
and just values that have been driven into you almost, I'd say.
Okay. So do you think that what is right and wrong depends heavily on the person? Or do you think that there are, morals that go beyond individuality and just should, encompass all of humanity?
Well, my personal belief is that you shouldn't kill or intentionally maim or traumatize another person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's something that everyone agrees with.
Mm-hmm.
You should be kind, and you should be respectful, you should be courteous when possible.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I'm not entirely sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, the last question is, what personal life-orienting core commitments are consistent with this worldview? So you talked a little bit about that in the last question. You said you think that we should be kind, not intentionally hurt anyone else. Are there any other commitments that shape the way that you live personally, that are, things that you've set in your mind and have thought through as a part of your worldview?
Really, I just try to be the best that I can be.
Okay. And is that because you think morally, speaking, that doing otherwise would be wrong?
It has more to do with I try to be the best I can be for those around me, for those I care about, because I don't want to disappoint them, because they have yet to do so for me.
Okay. All right, well, I think that is the last of the questions. So thank you.
Well,